For years, we Americans have wrung our hands about the decline of manufacturing. We've fretted over our crumbling infrastructure, and we've eulogized many a Rust Belt town. But it's not fair to say that the age of American enterprise is truly over, because we still make things in this country. Sprawling, majestic, sticky things.
A beer snake is a collective stack of cups, starts small and grows rather tall.
Cups! 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 The energy is palpable right now.
A beer snake is people having a good time.
Yeah!
And the crowds.
You don't beat the beer snake!
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
1 month before that guy walked on that big rock, real history was made in the bleachers of Wrigley Field. There, a Chicago banker named Eugene Mraz would take one small sip for man, one giant gulp for mankind.
So in the summer of 1969, my dad was featured on the back page of the Chicago Sun-Times in a series of photographs showing him and his crew creating the first documented case of the beer cup snake ever.
My grandpa, who was probably a few beers deep already that day, allowed my dad and my uncle to go run around Wrigley, collect these cups, and bring them back to where they were sitting and create this beer cup snake.
What would Harry Carey say right now? I have an old style. Oh, that is awesome.
A couple of years ago where the camera crew kept coming back to the bleachers, and as the beer cup snake got bigger and bigger and bigger, they were talking about how it had originated. They were thinking that it was a recent kind of a thing.
So I had Googled when the first beer cup snake was, and then it popped up 1997 in Australia, and I was like, what? We have this newspaper article from 1969. I just tweeted it to my less than 1,000 followers on Twitter, and this was after my grandpa had already passed away. I wanted him to get credit where credit was deserved.
Thanks to his granddaughter and his son, Gene Mraz has finally assumed his rightful place in American history. Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, fans of the UFL's DC Defenders are building upon this storied tradition.
It has begun.
I'll start right when I get into the stadium, about an hour before kickoff. I am holding that thing until about 2 minutes before the game ends.
Evan at the bottom has to be pushing up on the snake. And then you got the people at the top.
We got cups, settle up on the hop, here we go.
You know, we have the DC conductors.
Cups, here we go, boom. Boom, what we got? Boom, 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 there we go.
They're up and down the stands collecting cups to add to the beer snakes.
There we go, appreciate it.
Perfect cup, the 24-ounce beer. We do have a lot of people who will try and put their smaller cups in there.
Can't do the little ones?
Unfortunately, this is the one situation, size matters.
Not the little ones. I'm sorry, yeah, that's big. I'm gonna go connect it right now.
It might be dumb guy Tetris, but these folks are organized. And like few other fan bases, they actually got the team on board. Eventually.
We had a beer snake going, and Audi Field Security went ahead and dismantled the beer snake.
They have a tradition here amongst Defenders fans. They make a beer cup snake out of their empty beer cups, and the stadium security took it away from them.
And at the time, you could get a vodka lemonade in a smaller cup, and those vodka lemonades had lemons in it.
So now the fans are revolting.
Let's just say those lemons ended up on the field.
The fans are throwing lemons. Yep. The referees are clearing the players off the field for player safety.
Our fans in DC were adamant about expressing themselves this way. We want to highlight them. We want to highlight their creativity. I mean, you do not turn away that beer snake.
So, like our founding fathers, the fans and the team worked together to come up with some rules.
First and foremost, drink responsibly. We don't want to have to get escorted out of the game. Number two, don't throw the cups. You have to get everything together, stack it up, add it in. The biggest rule at the end is that it all has to come down into the recycle bins before the end of the game. Say from the bottom to the top. This thing goes 40 rows up and it goes across the top of the stadium. So it's got to be at least 5,000 cups. Price of beer these days, it's got to be $75,000, $100,000 to build this thing.
What the f? $100 grand? But you know what? I think everyone wins here. The fans got their beer, the team got its cash, and everyone gets to snake.
I mean, there's thousands of people just with one goal, and everybody's on the same team. Nobody's against it. Everybody's working together, and you're all best friends for that 3 hours.